You're exactly where you're meant to be. You're on the right path. And if you've been looking for a sign that that is true, if you've been asking the universe, please show me if I'm doing the right things, if I'm heading in the right direction. Am I doing the right work? Am I listening to the right signs and calls? Please show me. If you have been asking that, this is your sign. It's something you've been asking for, that you've been wanting the divine to show you in the form of a physical sign. And I know this is a video on the internet, but if you're seeing it, it means that you brought it towards you. Nothing is an accident. Allow yourself to absorb this message and just know that you are on the right path, that you are following the guidance and you are ending up exactly where you're meant to be. All of the hard work you've been putting in, moving towards the thing that you just feel so called to work towards right now, you know what it is. I don't need to tell you. I think there's a good chance that you've been feeling like there's no point to it. Like, why am I doing this? I'm not seeing any rewards back. You've been working hard and you're waiting for something to return. Not because you're putting in the work to get something, but at some point it's like, I would love to know and see that I am heading in the right direction by the effort I'm putting in to follow my soul's purpose and my mission here. And it can be exhausting, and I'm sure you've been feeling tired and kind of like done, just like, I'm done, I don't want to keep going anymore. And you've maybe asked for a sign to know if you're on the right path, to know if you should keep going because you're doing the right things, and this is it. I know it's hard to follow that mission, that purpose, that passion, that desire to spread this light that you have within you, to be a light worker on this planet in a human form when you have access to all of this information and your awareness is growing and you feel like almost maybe sometimes you're being punished for it. Like, why do I have this awareness? Why am I learning all these things, and why am I being called to put it into action when nothing's coming back to me? But it is coming back to you. And you know that. You know it's coming back to you. This is your confirmation that it's coming back to you, and I don't know how it's going to come to you, but it's on its way. And you know that. That's why you've been continuing to move forward and pursue these things when it doesn't make any sense. It's because you know that there's a reason that message was placed inside of you. You know that there's a reason that purpose, that passion, that idea was put inside of your heart, inside of your consciousness to be let out. And there's no coincidences. It's not like you just randomly thought of this and you're following it blindly and you're wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. There's a difference between doing something because you feel like you have to and doing something because you know you have to. And you know you have to do this. You know that you're on the right path. And maybe you just feel a little bit alone because there aren't a lot of people around you that are confirming this or that you're walking this path with, but it's gonna come. They're walking into your life. They're arriving into your life, but this season most likely has been a little bit like planting seeds. Like you've been putting these seeds in the ground and you've been watering them. You planted the seeds a long time ago, but you've been watering them recently. And that might have looked like kind of a hibernation, like you've put the blinders on and you've been in your room and you've been working through things and you've been meditating and you've been journaling and you've been consuming new information to grow and expand your awareness and exploring new topics in the realms of the universe and magic and spirituality. And it feels like you're in this alone. And like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And again, you know why you're doing this, but I think you're doing it because there's no other thing for you to do. You've reached a point where you're like, that is the only option. And this is that confirmation. That is the only option. And I'm of the belief that if you feel that way, then it's true. There is no other option. Because what if, for example, you just decided right now to drop all of this, to stop listening to this call, and to stop following this path, and you started dedicating all of your time to something completely irrelevant that you feel like you should be doing because it might make life, quote unquote, easier in the physical world. If you were to go do that, and you end up, I don't know, in a cubicle somewhere, sitting there, only thinking about numbers all day, I don't think you could possibly forget this mission. You would just feel so called to leave that and go, I need to go back though. This is not fulfilling. This is not why I'm here. I only have so much time on this planet. I need to put in the time and energy to let this out. I need to make this manifest in the physical world. I need to help. I need to light the way. I need to guide others. I need to learn. I need to grow. And so you know that there's no other way. There's no other option other than listening to your heart and that calling, your divine purpose. And I know what that feels like. It's so difficult. It's so difficult, especially in the moments when you feel lonely, you feel like you're by yourself. And that's what this place is for. That's what I'm here to do, is to create a space, to have people going through these experiences, feeling isolated, to gather and say, are you feeling this? Yeah, I'm feeling this. Oh, okay, well, we're not crazy. We're just going through it together, but we're kind of going through it separately. We're all going through it at the same time. But I'm doing the right thing because I know other people are also following that and listening to it and doing that as well. So I must be in the right place. So that's what this podcast, that's what this YouTube channel is for, is to allow you to show up in that way and to go, oh, there's other people that are going through this, and I've been going through it, and I'm here to tell you, you can't stop. You have to take care of yourself. You need to pour back into yourself. You need to make sure that you're living aligned as much as you can so you can continue to move forward. You need to be gentle with yourself, but you can't stop, and you need to know that you are on the right path, and this is that sign. This is that confirmation. It couldn't be more clear. And if you're questioning, oh, is this actually, that sign that I was looking for? You can do that. I do that all the time. I see something and I go, oh, it's like a video on the internet. That can't be a sign. It needs to be like a dragonfly landing on my arm or a hummingbird passing through my window. But we live in a world where the internet exists, videos exist, podcasts exist, these kinds of things exist, and that's part of our 3D world. So who's to say that your spirit guides, your angels, the divine God can't work through these other mediums? And I started thinking about this differently when I would think about something and be like, I just need a sign to know this is the right thing, or give me some guidance. And then I go on YouTube and there'd be a video right at the front that would be like the answer to what I was thinking about. And I'm like, I don't want to invalidate that. I want you to allow yourself to let a random person on the internet, like me, this video that you clicked on, to be a sign, because it's part of your reality. And your guides will work through whatever channel they can, whatever way that they can get through to you. If you're spending time on YouTube, and then this showed up on YouTube and you're seeing it right now, then that is a way that they're trying to get to you. I believe that. And there's a reality where this episode wasn't shown to you because you weren't meant to see it, and it wasn't for you. And because there's not very many people here right now, there's a good chance that it wasn't going to make its way to you, but it did. And so let that be confirmation. If you're like, oh, how could this possibly be the sign? I think it has to be. I think it has to be, and you know it. So just embrace it. That's the second part of this that I want to kind of hit home, is that you need to let yourself receive the signs. If you've asked for one, if you've asked for guidance, and something is placed in front of you and you feel like that is the answer, if you feel like that is the answer to the call you've put out, you need to allow yourself to embrace it. I think that's how you see more and more signs. I think that's how you become better at communicating with guidance from the divine, is by embracing signs when they come to you and not going, oh, that wasn't exactly perfect. I didn't see like a sentence on a billboard that said, that's the answer. It came through, a YouTube video, or it came through an animal passing by, or it came through somebody saying a phrase to me that I haven't heard in a long time. I think the way to continue to communicate with our guides, with more than our 3D world, is to ask for signs. And when we receive them, actually receive them and go, thank you, I got that. I understand that it was you. I feel it, and I embrace it. And I think a way to do that is just to take a deep breath, relax, and feel the support that you're getting right now in this moment. Maybe from me sharing this, from you coming across this video. Feel the energetic shift. Feel that connection to these loving, beautiful beings around you that you maybe can't see, but you can feel, knowing that they're there and knowing that they're here for you in this moment, and they're here for you all the way along the way. You can reach out to them at any point in whatever way feels right, and they will do their best to support you because they're always supporting you. You've probably had this question come across your mind of going, why me? Why was I put in this situation? Why am I waking up to these things in this way of life and this way of existing and the way our universe actually works? Why have I been placed with this, what feels sometimes like a burden? Growing more and more aware can sometimes feel like a burden. It can feel heavy. It can feel like something that's hard to carry. And you might ask yourself sometimes, why me? Why was I put in this place? Why do I feel like I have to follow this path, even though it feels like sometimes it would be easier to not? And it's because you have what it takes. Going through these moments of time when it feels like you don't know why, and you feel alone, and you're planting the seeds and you're watering them and nothing's coming from it, but you need to keep going and you know you're going to keep going. It's hard to do that. It's really hard to do that. But you're someone that will do that will stick it through, and that will follow through with your vision and executing your purpose. That's why you're in this situation right now. It's because we're going through this expansion of humanity, of consciousness, of more and more people awakening. And we need people that are receiving this and know that their purpose is to bring more light to the world, to help elevate humanity and consciousness across the world. We need people that will do it no matter what. And I strongly believe that it's within everybody, but this term that I like to use, light worker, is just a way for me to describe someone that has felt a call to kind of follow the light and let it shine and help others along the way to return to our essence of what we are, which is like spirit. But it's not an exclusive term. I don't mean to use it that way. But if you're listening to this, you're just someone who has realized it. That is why you need to keep going. That's why it's been placed within you, is because you know that. And you know that the only way to wake that up in other people is by continuing on your path. And when it feels lonely and you feel like you're in this mode of kind of hibernation and really watering those seeds, I want to remind you to not isolate yourself, because it's important to have those moments of introspection and time to yourself to do that. But you also need to make sure that you're getting out and talking to other people and finding people going through similar experiences and just interacting with the world, because this work isn't meant to be done alone. It's meant to be done all together. It's meant to bring us closer together in a time when life is feeling so divisive. And the only way to do that is to get out and speak with people, to have relationships with people, to have experiences out of your house, out in the world. So if you've been feeling a little bit like kind of isolated and trapped inside, you know that you're doing that. Maybe something to take away from this to help start to see the effects of what you've been planting is just to get out in the world, talk about what you've been doing, be yourself, share the challenges of what it's been like, and share what you're excited about, and just exist outside of your four walls. I know I've found myself retreating a lot because I feel like it's easier than going out and trying to interact with the world sometimes, but we can't do that. We need to make sure we're getting out into the world. Even if you're posting stuff online or whatever it is, you're sharing your voice, but you need to be living your life too. So remember to keep living your life. Remember to be a human. If you sometimes feel almost like an alien being, like you are more spirit than you are human, you may find yourself avoiding actually trying to be a human, to do human things, but you're meant to be a human. Part of the experience is learning to be a human. And that's really hard if you feel like it's easier to, sit in meditation and just like isolate yourself and kind of return to where we come from, what feels comfortable. The harder thing sometimes might be to actually be a human, to go through all the emotions, to cook yourself dinner, and remember to take care of yourself and work out and get good sleep. Those things might feel trivial because you know that there's more to life. You know that there's more to you as a being, to us as a species. But when you feel like that, I actually think it's so important to be a human as much as you can, because it grounds you in this world. It's hard to spend most of your time not living in the 3D world and feeling like you're outside of it, when in reality, we are in the 3D world. You're experiencing life through the 3D world, and so you need to allow yourself to experience it. So go outside, go meet some people, hang out with some friends. You're doing the right work. You're on the right path. And if it feels like it's been really tough, this is your sign that you are on the right path, but try to have some fun with it. You don't need to take it so seriously. Okay? It's not like the harder you grasp it, the more serious you take it, the faster things will come back to you, or the faster your work will materialize, or the faster you'll know that you're making a difference. You need to have fun with it. It's meant to be fun. Life is a playground, and you need to allow it to be a playground. If you've been holding onto something so tight, you're not in a place to receive, because to receive, you need open hands. You need to relax. You need to have fun. You need to be open to allowing things to come into your life, to come back to you. And part of that is having fun. So you're on the right path. You know you're on the right path. This is that sign. All you need to do is get out of your house, have some fun, and try to enjoy the process, because you're going to get there. You're already there. The thing that you're just waiting for hasn't revealed itself to you yet, but it's coming, and you know it's coming. You're doing great. I'm so proud of you. Thanks for being here. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone that you think would really enjoy it. My goal is to grow this community of people who feel like they have a purpose and mission here to spread light and love to others and expand human consciousness. And we need more people like that in the world. So if there's somebody you think needs to hear this, that maybe this is their sign, please send it to them. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. I hope that you're taking care of yourself. And I hope you have some fun today, this week. Enjoy. Get out there and enjoy being a human, because it truly is a blessing and quite the experience, and we gotta let it be fun. I will see you next week. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.